Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the weekly kickoff. All right, now we're all set for another big week. Now, just sort of coming into the markets on Monday, there's a bit of talk about this euro rebounding on a potential Ukraine-Russian peace talks. Right, everyone's sort of getting together. It looks like the Don's done some work behind the scenes, get everyone a little bit pumped. Now, that's given the dollar or the euro a little bit of a boost, but to me, I'm just having a look at the numbers. If we just wind back the clock to Friday, and in particular the US PC price index numbers, if I can just get that out. Now, the personal income was a little bit higher. Personal consumption or consumption in general was down, okay, significantly. If you look at the past numbers versus where the PC price index is, I mean, it came out as expected, but it is trending down, right? That takes a bit of an edge off the dollar. And if I just give you a look at the charts, you can see the dollar was screaming topside and has started just to take a little bit of shine off that up move. And you're seeing euro come back, obviously with the potential for a good outcome out of the Ukraine. I can't see that happening anytime soon, but it's where the markets are sort of balanced. So to me, we're in a sort of really important sort of phase here, right? If I just come back, get up the live trade hub, because we are starting to see a lot of pairs really line up. Euro, sterling, Aussie, Kiwi, all going down, and the dollar index and dollar CAD going up. Now, what we want is we want that to continue. We want the data to come out and work with that. So when you're looking at the dollar going up, we just need strong numbers, right? And this week is one of those numbers, well, this week's one of those weeks, I should say, where we do get some early numbers at the start of the week, the ISM manufacturing numbers, right? If I just scroll down a touch, this is like a solid number to start the week, okay? The ISM manufacturing PMI. What we're looking for is the poll here is 50.5. We're looking for these numbers to come out strong, and in particular, stronger than the maximum end of the range. What that will do for us, it will give us that dollar move that we're looking for, right? So you're looking at the charts. I'm saying all the four bottom pairs here, right? So you've got euro, sterling, Aussie, Kiwi, all going down. We just need the numbers to drop to make this happen again. So they've retraced perfectly. Now we want weak numbers. So to me, that's the best trade. Weaker ISM manufacturing numbers. I mean, sorry, stronger. Don't want to confuse you there. Should see the dollar keep moving topside and push euro, sterling, Aussie, and Kiwi down. Right, they're all trending down. Momentum is down. It's all looking really good. So to start the week, that's where I'm sort of looking for, just things to line up, right? And just at the moment, we've got this counter trend, right, which can quite often happen in the Asian session. Now, importantly, if anything, some of these US Treasury yields are still a little bit lower, especially the short dated stuff, right? So equity markets, right, at the start of the week are up. We're seeing a bit of a risk on profile there, right? So that's just something to keep an eye on. I know Euro, Sterling, Aussie, Kiwi is going up at the moment, but that may change very quickly if those US numbers are a little bit stronger, right? Then let's just map out the rest of the week, because if I just take off the not rated and the low impacting stuff, okay, let that update and right, let's just scroll down. Swiss CPI numbers, right? I'm looking at this on Wednesday. Now, the Swiss CPI, it's like the Kiwi CPI numbers. It's small in stature, but can have a big impact, right? Especially on euro. So this could be a key sign of where inflation is in Europe. And I can see that sort of running through the markets. But we do have some other good numbers coming out during the week. GDP numbers in Australia, I think they're Tuesday. Retail sales figures as well. You scroll down through the week, there's bits and pieces all over the place. Of course, the non-farm payrolls will be the main sort of game. We've got the ECB coming out with their sort of rates there, retail sales. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things that can come out, right? We'll try and sort of cover them as we go through the course of the week. And then you come down the bottom here, you've got the employment numbers there, and the non-farm payrolls on Friday. A usual calamity, right? It's not a fun fair. It's not fun for trading. The numbers are violent, aggressive. You know what? They can tell us a bit more about where the dollar's going. But every second month, the Canadian numbers come out at the same time as the US. It's an absolute, it's just like throw everything in the air and see where they land. Anyway, we'll cover that closer to the date because it is important to see what happens, but trying to trade that event is a little bit hazardous. All right, so that's where we are, right? There's a few things to look at. If you look at the prime time analysis, right? As I said, it's a lot, and this is no surprise. When they light up, it lights up like a Christmas tree, right? This is where we need geopolitics to stay out of it and the numbers to work with us. Any strong US numbers works perfectly for the bearish scenario there on Euro Sterling Aussie Kiwi and the bullish side of the dollar pairs, right? Now, this week, I've just had to move back the Monday session, the 10-week challenge rundown. We're just trying to get some updated pricing liquidity into the prop system. It's proving to be a lot more difficult than we thought. So I'll just move this back a day, probably push back the start of the 10-week challenge potentially by a few days, maybe this week if we don't get everything sorted. But I want to go through this because this is going to open your eyes into managing and understanding all aspects of the program, right? It's going to bring into reality a lot of the key components from the training, trying to work out your trade size, the trade setups, adjusting trade limits. I mean, a whole bunch of things, right? But it's going to be like exciting for me. I want to get stuck into it and see what we can do, but I'll guide you through the rest of that as we go. And that's pretty much it. Right now, at the moment, we're seeing a little bit of a counter trend in the markets. Equity's up. Okay, I wouldn't say it's exactly well, it is a risk on profile as far as the equity markets and the currencies. Taking a bit of a sideline are the US Treasury yields, which is good. Let's push those aside. Let's work with the economic fundamentals, and that's where the answers are going to come from, right? So looking at the market as far as the economic numbers goes, this week is a really good way to keep ahead of the market, right? And there are a bunch of things coming out that are going to be advantageous for us. So just hang on to your hats, get your paint dry, get into your charts, do your analysis, and let's work out where the best trading opportunities are. All right, guys, have a good one. All the best. Cheerio.